Hey, before I tell you what everyone has got written on the forehead, I'm gonna tell you a story. Last summer to be precise, we had a lovely summer, and to be precise, one day of it here in England, in the UK. I mean, there were a few more days, but there was one day that was really hot, and I thought, you know what, I'm not staying at home, I'm gonna go to the seaside. And I went there, and I was on the beach. I think it was Walton-on-the-Naze or Frinton, somewhere there, and I was practicing Tai Chi on the beach. There weren't too many people. There were some, but there weren't too many, so I had lots of space, really no audience there, so I could practice almost like undisturbed, you know. So I've been practicing for a while, and this guy comes over and he starts chatting with me. Very nice guy, by the way. And we talk about what I'm doing. So I told him, you know, I've been doing Tai Chi for some 8 years, you know, and I also did some martial arts before that for 10 years, you know, so I'm quite experienced in Tai Chi and so on and so on. And we talked about other things, and I asked him, and he said that, you know, he said that he didn't do any Tai Chi, but at all, no experience whatsoever, but his friend had been doing Tai Chi for 2 years or something like this, you know, and he's been observing him or something, you know. And then we talked about this, and then he said, you know, I've been watching you, can I give you a piece of advice? And I thought, this guy is not serious, you know. He wanted to give me a piece of advice about Tai Chi, yeah? And as I said, I'm not an expert, but, you know, I had trained Tai Chi for around 8 years, you know, and he had zero experience in Tai Chi other than what he observed with his friend. And he's asking me if he can give me advice, and, you know, hilarious, you know. Obviously he did it in a very polite way, and I said, yeah, of course, mate, you know, because I'm always open to suggestions, you know. So he told me his advice, and I said, yeah, no problem, you're right, you know, and I didn't want to argue with him, because obviously he didn't know what he was talking about. So hilarious, you know. Anyway, so what's the conclusion of the story? You know, that, well, we can learn a few things. First of all, everybody wants to feel important, you know, and even to such degree that they will make comments, will say things just for the arguments of showing that they have something to say, that they are clever, or they somehow matter, you know. So Dale Carnegie, Dale Carnegie, I think, he wrote this book years ago called How to Win Friends and Influence People, or How to Influence People and Win Friends. And I recommend that you read this book or listen to it in an audio form. You can find it even on YouTube, you know. And he says that everybody on the forehead has got written things, I am important, or make me feel important, or something like this. And once you realize that, that will give you a big advantage in life. Because if everybody has that writing on the head, and they really mean it, they want you to make them feel important, that gives you an advantage, because now you understand, if I really want to get influence over people, if I want to be, if I want them to think of me as a good friend, I just need to behave and speak in a way that makes them feel important. And that's it. And the book gives you, the Dale Carnegie's book gives you brilliant examples with detail, how you can respond to things, the mistakes the author made and other people. So I do recommend you read the book, and I hope my story was also interesting for you. And I don't know, for me it was hilarious. I hope you were laughing too. By the way, make sure that you click on the other related links if there are cards here. If not, maybe in the description there will be links. And remember, you can always hire me for coaching and mentoring. I'll be very happy to work with you. All right then, so take care, and talk to you in the next video. Bye bye.